All right, it is Canyon Network for match number 3. Back to you, Ben and Mike.
Surprise, surprise, back to Canyon Network.
We're following a trend. We've got Canyon, Tourmaline, Canyon. If we go to drop 4, will we see Tourmaline again? That's a good question.
We'll have to see. But obviously, Eon Synergy, they are going to need to pull something off here because they got a little bit of a climb to be able to pull this one off.
They're running, they're running out of opportunities at this point. Obviously, they're not going to be out if they lose this next drop. They'll drop down to the losers bracket. They'll play Blackwatch. But at the same time, I think after that first match, how close it was, it's got to be a little upsetting to then go into the next match. And it really never felt like Eon Synergy had any sort of advantage in that previous match. They had that kind of assault push trying to come around Echo 6, and there was the overwatch by Bowser and the Warhawk, and even after they forced Bowser off the corner, that's not a great place to push with your assaults. It didn't feel like they had control of the map. Even when they were trading and weren't getting shot from multiple angles, it felt like EMP was dictating what was going on in that game.
In this last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's strange because in drop 1, it seemed like Eon was doing really good trading.
Yes.
They had great trading, and then they forced the MP to respond, and they responded very well. Into Tourmaline, which is Eon's favorite map, the trading just didn't seem like it was there. Now, did EMP clean it up? Like, they fixed what was going wrong? It seemed like they took a lot of the same mechs.
Yeah.
But Eon just, for some reason, decided to go a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more past theta, and not trade as much. And perhaps it's just the way that map was laid out, and it just didn't work for him.
And one of the most interesting trade-offs we saw in that last match was instead of the dual mislinks that we saw in Canyon Network, we saw dual Arctic Cheetahs, and they were running one ER large laser on each of those Arctic Cheetahs because that map on Tourmaline is so big. You can get those Arctic Cheetahs if you're not being harassed by the Wolfhounds and you don't need to counter them, or if the Huntsman is countering them for you, you can take these Cheetahs and run them all the way around the edge of the map and then wind up with a single ER large. It's not doing a lot of damage, but you can't just sit there and let them just scratch your paint for the whole game. You've got to react to it a little bit. You've got to move to a new spot. It's just kind of a harassing tactic, but it can be very, very effective. And then, as we saw, if you leave mechs kind of out on their own, we saw Zelliclock and the Summoner, he got left out, and then those Arctic Cheetahs come up, and guess what? They've got machine guns and small lasers, too, to finish off the job.
Absolutely. But let's get back to Canyon Network. Drop 3, 0-2 decision so far against Eon Synergy. Imperial on top. Eon needs to win this if they want to try and win this round, and it's going to be an uphill climb for sure. But we've seen this several times in the past. Remember the old Spider 5K meta with the 1 ER large laser and the machine guns? It's very similar to that with the Arctic Cheetah.
Yeah, on a long-range map, you can certainly do that.
Yeah, it's a sheep herder, basically. It doesn't do a lot, but you can't ignore it. You can't turn your back to it. And they got up on that side and had an extreme angle on them, and were able to just force them back, pin them down. All right, just waiting on those mechs to power up. So far, no surprises out of Imperial. Got those mislinks back on the field. Proton's still in that Dragon.
Yeah, after not seeing a Dragon throughout all of the semifinals, now we see Imperial bringing a Dragon 3 times in their first 3 matches.
All right, initial trades going out. Bowser and the Warhawk tossing some PPCs downfield into X-Chico. Looks like he got the better of the knocking Chico down to 95%. Every little bit adds up, though.
Lizzie this time bringing a ER large laser Battle Master. Interesting choice. Typically you'd bring the clan ER larges over Intersphere ER larges, but they might have a strategy they want to try out with it.
It's like they gave Kappa to Imperial, so 2-1 cap in favor of Imperial. Well, Eon Synergy attempts to just get some trades downfield. Looks like Legolas, 2 Gauss rifles, 2 ER large lasers, 2 ER mediums, taking a massive airstrike down to 83% right across. That's the bad thing about playing on those little rocks. And here comes another strike right in front of him. He sees this one, he's backing away, but still gets pelted. down to 69%. Can't stay in that cover. He's getting flushed out, and he is on the way out.
Looks like there's another strike incoming in that same spot.
That one taps X Chico as he is on his way out.
And there's a focus now going on over by Radio Tower. Looks like
Here
Hubert.
come those mislinks, is jumping in on Hubert, who dropped down. Kind of a misplay by that hunchback, and he's getting wailed on.
And he is in a world of trouble.
He's
They
got a
do
little
have
bit of
mechs to
help,
support,
but
but
they're getting
Hubert
hit
is
hard.
in trouble.
Yeah, they're trying to step up and back him up, but Seleth down to 79%, but Aurora is still perfectly fresh. And Hubert, I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of here alive. To his benefit, down to 53%, but surprise, Nova and Radic now coming around the outside. Radic and that hunchback about to get a nice burn in, and he's hitting Hardock, who's in that Wolfhound on the backside, and a great strike, 39% for Hubert. And that one hit Hardock as well, and it is
Eon
starting
has
to...
basically their entire team over there in this fight. They've got to get some mechs
Hardock
down.
goes down.
Aurora does go down in the mislinks, but with this many mechs in the fight, Eon has to get some kills.
Colonel O'Neill right in the middle of all of them, and they're continuing to toss strike after strike. Radic gets a team kill on Nova, but he also gets a kill on Colonel O'Neill. 3 dead on both sides right now. Damage, though, stacked, actually starting to turn against Imperial. Radic down to 56%. He is now backing up. Another set of strikes go out both ways.
Eon's got to keep being aggressive here.
Zelaglock and the Summoner getting right up in the face of Radic, who finally gets killed. Red in the Wolfhound charging up on Proton, and they're starting to turn this around. 4 mechs left for Imperial. Proton at 21%, and they take him down. 3 mechs remain for Imperial, and there's another fight on the other side. Battlemaster for Lizzie, surrounded by Twinkie and Bowser. Both of them are fully fresh.
Lizzie just has to stay alive here until he can get some help.
He does get taken down. He had no choice but to expose his back to one of the 2 mechs, and they're able to turn around, and now they're going to start fighting their way back. This is a close one. Another strike coming in on shallow cover. The Warhawk's not going to be able to get out, and 73%. Great strike right across. They're using anything they have left in their arsenal right now to try and get these guys down. 36% for Heimdallite. He's 1, 2 at most shots CT, or if they hit the left torso, he's down as well. He's got only 1 PPC remaining, so he is definitely hurt.
Right now, the trick for Eon is they're down low in the canyons. They've got to find a way to get up without getting hit.
Twinkie and Bowser, if there's 2 guys that I would want to still be alive, it would be these guys. They're salt mechs, they're very strong, but they could start getting outcapped. Heimdallite is kind of overwatching, but he's getting hit by Red, who's charging up on the outside. He's going to try and get around the corner to maybe bait that Wolfhound out in the open, and it looks like Twinkie coming up to back him up. If he peeks, he's going to have a nasty surprise.
Yeah, and this is where Red excels, though, trying to get those angles and peek up behind someone with that Wolfhound. But he's got to be aggressive because his team's going to be trading this entire time.
Ticket's still going in favor with the 3-2 cap advantage in favor of Imperial right now. But if this goes on much longer, can Imperial keep up the trades? Can they keep their mechs alive? They're very good at it. But a misplay by Eon Synergy could be extremely costly. That was a very
going
brutal...
to cap right now. I'm not sure that's the right call to make. It's a 3-2 cap. They've got some time, but at the same time, you can't ignore the caps. But Red is fresh. He needs to be engaging at this point. Either that or Eon just has to slow it down and let the light do his work.
Chico's trying to take a look. Twinkie's about to get eyes on him. He starts putting some shots in, and Chico gets hit pretty hard and backs away. Heimdallite still somehow alive. Legolas, I think, is on the hunt.
Legolas
looks like he
trying to
backed
get
out.
around the corner to get to him.
Yeah, it looks like Heim actually went all the way through the canyon and made it out
Legolas
alive.
might try and cap Theta if he can flip it.
I think that this is probably a good play.
It is a good play. I like this play.
Don't hemorrhage armor. Get the caps in your favor. You're up against 3 slow heavy mechs. One of them that's the fastest you could kill in 1 shot. Don't be too aggressive. Get the 4-1 cap advantage. Force them to move and then punish them when they do. I think that this could work for Eon Synergy, but Imperial, they will kill anything they see if they even step out a little bit too far. Looks like Heim is going to utilize his hurt mech to at least give them a little bit more time by flipping Gamma.
And Legolas just lost a torso. He's down to 2 medium lasers and an ER large laser.
Twinkie is on the hunt. He wants to take Zelaglock out of the picture here, who has dropped in below him. I don't know if he knows he's there.
Twinkie still has a lot of armor, though, on that mech. Oh no, Zeliglock's taking those shots. Oh,
They have resource point Gamma.
All right, so they know where Twinkie is. Zeliglock.
Zeliglock's got to get out of town. He is. Oh, Zeliglock is not there.
He's one-shot CT, but he's popping in. He could pop in behind him, but it looks like he's instead going to try
Going
and
after
flush out
Heimdallite.
Heimdallite. If he can connect with these PPCs, he can take him off the field, but both of them are one-shot. This is going to all come down to who makes their most accurate shot fastest. Looks like Heim trying to Pop-Tart over. Can Zell make the hit? Somebody's dying in this next shot. Oh, but he gets hit
shot in the back.
from
Oh,
Twinkie,
no.
who comes up behind him and keeps Heimdallite alive. Good rotation
Too
by
focused
Twinkie
on
to help him
Heimdallite
out.
there.
Little bit of tunnel vision. On the other side, though,
Bowser's
Bowser getting
moving up.
2v1, 65%.
He's got an open torso, but other than that,
He
he's
still
still
has
pretty
some
fresh.
fight in him. He's working in on X Chico. If he does get the kill, he's
take
getting
the
pecked
torso
on
down,
by
yeah.
Dared.
Oh, and he gets the kill on Legolas.
So he kills two. Now he's up against the Wolfhound. He's lost two of his PPCs. It's going to take more than one shot to kill Bowser in the Warhawk. Dared's still relatively fresh.
Dared's got to be careful because this whole time he's going to have teammates moving up on him quickly here.
He cannot waste time on this. He needs to be putting these shots into that mech if he has any hope of surviving. The longer he takes to kill Bowser, the rest of them are either capping or responding.
And he's going to get heat capped here in a second.
Dared still has quite a bit of fight in him too.
If I were Dared, it might be better to just disengage at this point if he can.
If he can hit that left shoulder, though, he can take him out. But he's protecting it so well. Now go just CT at this point. He's one shot on the CT.
And he gave him the shoulder,
Wow,
but he didn't get the
he
kill.
gave it to him and he didn't get the kill. He's got Cherry on the left torso.
He's just got to go
spitball
get
will
a
take
kill.
him
He's
down.
got to take him down.
No more wasting time for him, but here's Twinkie coming to save the day. He's backing up Bowser, who drops down. And
It's a smart play by Bowser, but
at this point, I would be playing the cap game.
yeah,
if I were
Dared's
them.
got to play the cap
I
game.
would play 100% the cap game. They have 2 caps to 1, 503 tickets. They think they can take Dared out. If they do, this is over. But if he can pop at a Gamma and then stay alive, they might be able to crawl to 750 tickets and come away with a drop.
Gamma
win.
is a pretty exposed cap point, though, so that's going to be a tough cap.
It is, but no mechs are nearby. But somebody's coming around the corner, and they're going to try and get a look. They're flipping Epsilon back. But now we have to start thinking about the math. With Gamma, and eventually Sigma will fall, is it enough to pull off a 750 ticket win? I'm thinking it might be. Gamma is not fully capped. It's going to neutralize very quickly here. Sigma's still ticking slowly. They opted to neutralize Kappa instead of taking it because they thought they could take out Dared, which might end up costing them.
There's the 2 cap.
Oh, but there are some shots
And he's
coming
taking
in.
some fire, but
Little
he's
bit
got
of
the cap
dancing here.
point.
He did manage to flip it.
And that's the right thing
That
getting
was
out of
big.
town.
If that laser hit him, it might have stopped that cap and stayed neutral, and that could have ended this whole thing. But Sigma about to flip over, so now we've got a very, very slow tick from Gamma.
And what's the play here? You go Kappa, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
If he
he's
can make it.
outrunning his opponents. They're going to try and cut the corner. If he makes a mistake and goes across the very obvious piece of terrain, he's going to be in trouble. But at the same time, there isn't a lot of open space here
Yeah.
for them to hit him. So
And he's
even if
playing
they
it
do
the
cut
right
him-
way, staying close to the wall there.
So far, Bowser, the closest one to respond to him, and he's still one shot, so Dared could potentially take him out. I'm thinking Eon's going to pull this off.
I think you're right. I think
With
they
this
can get
flip
this
of
cap.
Kappa here, they might have enough. 20 tickets remain. They now have 2 caps. They're going to try to get the Gamma. I think this is going in favor of Eon Synergy.
It is definitely going in favor of Eon Synergy. There we have it.
Now is Dared going to keep his mech alive? He is. He's
Dared's
staying
going to stay
underneath.
alive.
And there it is. Imperial loses to a cap match after coming back
Yeah.
and just wailing on him. So 7-5, but the other way in favor of Eon Synergy.
And that's the first time we've seen since the semifinals, since the 2017 World Champions begun, that Imperial has lost a drop.
That is insane. Man, just Bowser was just on a tear.
Yeah, and Bowser being able to stay alive for that long made it a lot closer than it really had to be
Really.
there. But you look at the damages. I mean, this is what you expect, right, in a long engagement. Dured goes the faster, 610 damage, 2 kills, 3 assists. That was fantastic light play by him. And then Twinkie and Bowser, 600 plus damage each, 2 kills each, doing a great job. Unfortunately, just not in the right mechs for that situation. You just need a little bit more speed, and all of a sudden, the whole game changes. They did a great job taking down those mechs, but just weren't fast enough to keep up with the Wolfhound.
Absolutely. Getting those mislinks off the field, as we said before, we said it could be turning the tide and could end up in a win for Eon. Sure enough, they take down those mislinks. Yes, they took it to a cap game, but still, I mean, they played it well.
Yeah.
They played it well. We'll get into that in a second. Let's go back to Darren. Let's get the new map so these guys can start getting ready, and then we'll be back shortly.